What's going on, YouTube? Band back in the building. OVO Band to be exact. And we are grinding to hit this 1K. So in order to hit this 1K in subs, I'm dropping a video every day this week. And depending on how much of a workload that is, if I feel like I can manage it, I will drop a video every day until I hit 1K in subs. And that is not a threat, that's a promise. I'm gonna do this because I'm grinding. I'm in full grind mode. Beast mode. Beast mode! What's going on, YouTube, though? For real, though? I am about to go ham on this website. Now, I know y'all wondering why there's two tall stacks of sneakers. Well, they're not that tall. They're sitting on the table. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 equals 8. These are 8 sneakers that really mean something to me, you know? And I know y'all can get a little glimpse of the Bread 4 and the Taxi 12. A lot of people already know this is my favorite shoe. I'm about to explain why I love shoes, and then I'm going to explain what got me into collecting shoes. So let me clear these tables off. Okay. So I guess we should kick this little list off with the first Jordan I ever saw in person. The reason why it's in my top 3 Jordans of all time, and that's the Bread 4. This shoe came out, 6 years before I was born. I don't know who I saw with this shoe on their foot when I got a little older and started knowing what things were, but that day, this shoe made me fall in love with Jordans. But I didn't know what they were called. I didn't know how to explain the shoe. All I remember asking my mom and dad is, hey, I saw a pair of shoes I like. Can y'all get them for me? They couldn't. We got to get into this shoe too, because this is my favorite. When I say favorite, this is my favorite Jordan of all time. I love no shoe more than I love this one. And I remember when I started collecting these shoes a few years ago, this was my most sought after sneaker. I have off-whites. I have all type of dope releases. I have them. I don't care about none of them as long as I have this one. I actually bought 2 pairs of this shoe. Second pair I bought early this year, but the Taxi 12, I want to say, Taxi 12, I think the first person I ever seen with this shoe is Martin. You know, what's up, Martin. Yeah, I think that's the first person I ever seen with this shoe on foot. My mom watched a lot of Martin when I was little. A lot of Martin in a different world at that. And I watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air all the time. Now, the 2 people who I can honestly say they used to tear the game up with the kicks back in the 90s was Martin and Will Smith. Ironic enough, they make a movie together in the 90s called Bad Boys. But Martin and Will Smith in the 90s with their shows, Martin and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, them boys always had the freshest J's on. Like, the first Jordan I ever saw on TV was this one, and it was on Martin foot. And I was like, yo, I like that shoe. I remember asking my mom, and I couldn't get it. We'll talk about Martin in a little while. Let's get more into Will Smith and what he did as he was pushing that sneaker culture forward back in the 90s. This is the first Jordan I ever seen Will Smith wear. This is the first Jordan I ever seen on Will Smith foot. Now, Will Smith had all kinds of different shoes. It was not just Jordans. Will Smith had all types of different shoes. This shoe stuck out. And then I saw him wear this one. So I saw Will Smith with both grapes on, and I was like, yo, I like those shoes. Let me ask Mama. Pretty sure you can guess how that went. But at the same time, I never really gave up. I did not give up on wanting to have Jordans, but couldn't get Jordans. Around the time I was born, Michael Jordan was coming. I think Michael Jordan was about to retire again. And no, he retired 3 years. The second time he retired 3 years after I was born. So that's the 12, 13, and 14. I'm not sure. Jordan retired that second time in 98, if I'm mistaken. He came back in 95, retired again in 98. I'll look that one up and figure it out. He was on the downswing of retiring again. And we all know Michael Jordan, multiple MVPs, multiple 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, always an All-Star. Like, you know the accolades for Michael Jordan. I literally don't have to sit here and tell you them. But Will Smith had on both grapes. That's how I knew I was in love with Jordans. When every time I saw a shoe, I wanted it. The only symbol I can remember on the shoe was the Jumpman logo. Or in Will Smith's case, when he had these grapes on, he had the Nike Air on the back. But then you can remember the Jumpman logo on the tongue. That is the reason why I liked shoes as a as a child. That's the reason why I like Jordan so much. And people always ask, oh, why don't you ever do any other shoes? Oh, why don't you ever get any other shoes? Because I don't care for any other shoes like that. I'm a Jordan sneaker head. Like, I am a Jordan fanatic for his shoes. Now, I don't care about Jordan as a person, but them shoes, I love them. I love them to death, and that's why I buy them. Quick little intermission here. I've been getting a lot of, like, DMs and stuff asking why I don't do sneaker releases on Saturdays and Fridays and stuff like that anymore. And I don't do it simply because it's too expensive. It's very expensive to do those type videos because, like, I literally have to buy those shoes. And sometimes in order for me to get the shoe early enough so that I can do a review and put the review out and try to have it out when all of the bigger sneaker channels, they dropping videos, and you know sometimes they dropping videos a week in advance and stuff like that because they got the revenue from YouTube to be able to buy shoes and pull them in like that. It makes it harder for me to do that and try to compete with them. I mean, my snakeskin video is doing well all on its own with no promotion at that. I never promoted that video, it just does it. My Space Jam video did crazy, and I thought I was being original in the Space Jam video, but a lot of people did the exact same thing that I did, but it did real good. So until I can get monetized at least, and I can put that money towards the sneakers, I think if it's a shoe that's coming out and I don't want it to keep it, I think I'm gonna just pass up on doing a review on it. But the shoes that I've been buying recently and doing reviews on, I have them and I love them. I don't want to buy a shoe that I can't move after the review, you know what I'm saying? Because what's the point in that? What's the point of wasting that money and then the shoe not even gonna be worth what you put into it? Back to the main video. Back on the main camera, we're gonna keep this video rolling because I actually got things to do today with my daughter, and we're gonna get into the next shoe. This shoe is the shoe that made me want to collect Jordans. Now, this shoe is probably top 5 Jordan of all time. It's a top 5. I'm pretty sure it is. All collectors have to have at least, I want to say 2 pairs of this shoe in their closet, and that shoe is the Concord 11. The Concord 11 and Bread 11, those are staples. If you don't have those shoes in your collection, you can't really call yourself a sneakerhead. Well, at least when it comes down to the Jordan side. You can be a sneakerhead and like other shoes. I know a bunch of people that don't even like Jordans and they don't buy them. Now, I buy it. They be like, Jordans are too expensive. I'd be like, well, foams are too expensive. Like, foams literally are expensive, though. Foams, like, what's the base price for foams? Like, $230? How much would they cost on a size 8.5? About $230 at the store, and they don't even the Big Bang ones. I like those, and that is it. I want to say that's the only foam I like, the Big Bang one and the Supreme. I only like 2 pairs of foam. I like Nike Air More Up Temples way more than I like foams. This is the shoe that got me into collecting. I would have never started collecting sneakers if it wasn't for this shoe. And I remember when I was able to start buying shoes myself, because my dad came when I met my real dad, Big Bam. When I met Big Bam, my dad used to buy me shoes, but my dad is like different with his type of selections. Like, my dad used to buy me Reebok and stuff like that. And I gotta be grateful because at the end of the day, I didn't have nothing. I didn't have anything. Like, my dad would buy me Reebok, Nikes and stuff like that, which I know the nigga been getting stuff on sale, but we ain't gonna say nothing about that. I remember my dad bought me my first pair of Jordans, and it wasn't like a number Jordan. And in all honesty, I remember the Jordan that was out when my dad bought my first pair of Jordans. I can tell you which Jordan was sitting on the shelves and stuff like that, and people was buying them. And that was the Military Blue 4. I remember that shoe. I remember everything about it because when we went inside the mall, we were in Northwoods Mall in Charleston. I seen that shoe on the shelf. This is around the time when I was wearing like a size 5. So like my Jordans wouldn't have been that expensive. You know, I was in the 6th grade and all of that. Now, my shoe wouldn't have been that high, but he bought the other Jordans. Now again, I was happy that my dad bought me some Jordans though, because I always wanted a pair of Jordans. I remember how the Jordans looked, but I don't remember the name of that shoe. And if I could remember the name, I'd tell you and I'd show you exactly what shoe it was. But I don't remember the name. However, the Concord 11 is the shoe that got me into collecting. The first Jordan I ever bought with my own money was the Oreo 4. I don't have those no more. And in all honesty, the second shoe I bought was the Bread 11. I don't have them no more. We gotta keep this ball rolling. Next Jordan I saw as a child, and this is how I knew that 4s would always be in my top 3. The next Jordan I saw as a child, the Cool Grey 4s. The same Cool Grey 4 that's sitting at retail on StockX, if I am mistaken. I think it's like My size at least is probably like $210. I'll pop a picture up right here. The cool Grail 4 was the second Jordan that I saw in person that I recognized the shoe like the second I saw it. Now, the first shoe I ever seen, the first Jordan I ever seen was the Bread 4. Cool Grail 4 was the second time I seen a 4 and I recognized what the shoe was. My baby brother Kyrell had these. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, by the way. My baby brother Kyrell had this shoe. And I remember how he got the shoe, and I ain't gonna spare no details about this, but we're gonna say my little brother actually had this shoe. This was the second shoe that I saw, and I was like, man, I gotta have it. And again, when I was old enough to start buying Jordans, yeah, these weren't coming back out, and it's so hard to track certain shoes down that's that old. It's so hard to track them down in a size 8, 8.5 because people don't warm them up, destroy them, and this shoe was one of the hardest ones to track down in my size. Even at the StockX and GOAT and stuff like that, it was still pretty hard to find this specific shoe. Then the shoe that came after that one, the Mochas. If you know your shoes, then you gonna know that these two specific shoes haven't been out since 2001 and 2004. They haven't. I remember looking on StockX and GOAT for this one more than I looked for this one. But I looked for this one. I consistently looked for it, and the back tab was always like super yellow, and the bottoms were, it looked like the air bubble on the inside was kind of like brown and stuff like that, and the paint down here on the midsole looked like the paint was like, how do I explain? The paint was kind of tan and stuff like that, and I haven't seen dead stock pairs of this shoe that was doing that, and I was so upset because I wanted the shoe so bad, but I'm not that good at restoring sneakers, and that stuff is expensive, so I just never bought them to get them restored. Another shoe that I saw, like right after I saw this one, I saw the Do the Right Thing Jordan 3. I'm going to pop a picture of right here. Do the Right Thing 3, the first person I ever saw that shoe was Carmelo Anthony. It was crazy because, you know, it's like powder blue, and it's like yellow with the hint of green in it. I was like, yo, I love that shoe. And it was like, cool. And I always wanted the shoe. I just was never able to get it. And then I see my cousin Trey Jones with the shoe on in the 6th grade. He had the shoe. I was like, I like that shoe. We're coming up on the last shoe that turned me into a collector. The reason why this shoe is special to me is because I really miss my little brother. I really do. He's been dead for almost 10 years. So like, it hurts. When this shoe came out, I bought it really for him because I could have gone without it. The Infrared 6. Now, I don't want to say it was the Infrared 6. I want to say it was the University Red 6. We all know the difference. The red is darker. I remember my Uncle JD. He had a bunch of shoes that he was giving to me and my little brother. This shoe was in the pile. And I wanted the shoe so bad. I knew what it was. I knew that it was a Jordan. I wanted it because it was a Jordan. My brother was always faster than me. He took it and ran off. My uncle said, fight for him. I was like, okay. So I bolted, dived on the nigga, and I lost that fight. His will was greater than mine for that shoe. He didn't even know what it was. His will was just greater than mine to get the shoe. So I was like, when I get older, I'm going to have it. But now, it was a revenge thing, but now I got it because it reminds me of him a little more, you know? That's just how it is. However, these 3 Jordans, I really love these 3. And these are the 3 Jordans that set the bar for me as a sneaker collector. After I was able to get a pair of taxis. And y'all don't even understand how long it took me to get taxis. Because these came out in 2013, and that was my last year in high school. But I didn't have no money. I had to take care of my son. I bought my son this shoe. And I'm talking about my younger son, not my oldest son. I bought my younger son this shoe. Shouts out to my cousin Lex, because she had him. Lil John older than Pootie. Lil John never had the shoe on. She sold it to me for $50. And it came with a little hat and all of that. My son had the taxis. And my son had the taxis and the powder blues. And I was like, yeah. Then when it came down to these 2 shoes right here, I remember this releasing and I couldn't get it. I remember this releasing and I was still in school. And like I said, when it come down to that sneaker thing in school, I had to pick one or the other. And I'm pretty sure you know what I picked. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really grinding to hit this 1K. I'm not going to make this video no longer. I'm grinding for this 1K. Video every day this week. I'm not BSing. You watch. Bam's World, we the gang. That ain't changing. Like, comment, subscribe. I gotta tell y'all that. Like, I'm not gonna tell nobody to turn on the post notes. Turn them on if you want to. But like, comment, and subscribe, man. Pay attention. Cause I'm dropping nothing but heat all week. Everything that I drop is gonna be cool. Even if I'm dropping a 2K video, I'm dropping a story time this week. I'm dropping all types of heat. Y'all have to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, you can get left in the dust. And you don't want to be back there because it don't smell too right. Because niggas be farting and shit. Y'all have to pay attention. Bam's World, we the gang.